Life is a constant process of dying. After your death you will be what you were before your birth. Every parting gives a foretaste of death, every reunion a hint of the resurrection. Our life is a loan received from death with sleep as the daily interest on this loan. In the whole world there is no study so beneficial and so elevating as that of the Upanishads. It has been the solace of my life, it will be the solace of my death. They tell us that suicide is the greatest piece of cowardice, that suicide is wrong, when it is quite obvious that there is nothing in the world to which every man has a more unassailable title than to his own life and person. Each day is a little life, every waking and rising a little birth, every fresh morning a little youth, every going to rest and sleep a little death. Mostly it is loss which teaches us about the worth of things. Of how many a man may it not be said that hope made a fool of him until he danced into the arms of death? Sleep is the interest we have to pay on the capital which is called in at death, and the higher the rate of interest and the more regularly it is paid, the further the date of redemption is postponed. The deep pain that is felt at the death of every friendly soul arises from the feeling that there is in every individual something which is inexpressible, peculiar to him alone, and is, therefore, absolutely and irretrievably lost. There is not a grain of dust, not an atom that can become nothing, yet man believes that death is the annihilation of his being. The brute first knows death when it dies, but man draws consciously nearer to it every hour that he lives, and this makes his life at times a questionable good, even to him who has not recognized this character of constant annihilation in the whole of life. In early youth, as we contemplate our coming life, we are like children in a theater before the curtain is raised, sitting there in high spirits and eagerly waiting for the play to begin. It is a blessing that we do not know what is really going to happen. Could we foresee it, there are times when children might seem like innocent prisoners, condemned, not to death, but to life, and as yet all unconscious of what their sentence means. Because Christian morality leaves animals out of account, they are at once outlawed in philosophical morals. They are mere things, mere means to any ends whatsoever. They can therefore be used for vivisection, hunting, coursing, bullfights, and horse racing, and can be whipped to death as they struggle along with heavy carts of stone. Shame on such a morality that is worthy of pariahs, and that fails to recognize the eternal essence that exists in every living thing, and shines forth with inscrutable significance from all eyes that see the sun. Every parting gives a foretaste of death, every re-meeting a foretaste of the resurrection. That is why even people who are indifferent to each other rejoice so much if they meet again after 20 or 30 years of separation. Every newborn being indeed comes fresh and blithe into the new existence, and enjoys it as a free gift, but there is, and can be, nothing freely given. Its fresh existence is paid for by the old age and death of a worn-out existence which has perished, but which contained the indestructible seed out of which the new existence has arisen. They are one being. Consider the Koran. This wretched book was sufficient to start a world religion, to satisfy the metaphysical need of countless millions for 1200 years, to become the basis of their morality and of a remarkable contempt for death, and also to inspire them to bloody wars and the most extensive conquests. In this book we find the saddest and poorest form of theism. Much may be lost in translation, but I have not been able to discover in it one single idea of value. Animals learn death first at the moment of death. Man approaches death with the knowledge it is closer every hour, and this creates a feeling of uncertainty over his life, even for him who forgets in the business of life that annihilation is awaiting him. It is for this reason chiefly that we have philosophy and religion. Suicide may also be regarded as an experiment, a question which man puts to nature, trying to force her to answer. The question is this: what change will death produce in a man's existence and in his insight into the nature of things? It is a clumsy experiment to make, for it involves the destruction of the very consciousness which puts the question and awaits the answer. It will generally be found that, as soon as the terrors of life reach the point at which they outweigh the terrors of death, a man will put an end to his life. But the terrors of death offer considerable resistance. They stand like a sentinel at the gate leading out of this world. Perhaps there is no man alive who would not have already put an end to his life, if this end had been of a purely negative character, a sudden stoppage of existence. There is something positive about it. It is the destruction of the body, and a man shrinks from that, because his body is the manifestation of the will to live.